Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today with something very different for me, but something which is pretty damn cool. The first Volvo to be featured on the channel, but those of you who know will know exactly what this is. This is the S40 and it's got an absolute masterpiece under the bonnet. This is essentially the same engine that you get in the Mark II Focus RS and the ST, the 2.5 5-cylinder. It's running about 400 brake, this car. It is a forged engine. It's actually got a Focus RS turbo and a ton of other things. It's a bit of a track toy and yeah, a very cool thing, something crazy different to what I'm used to. So yeah, we'll catch up with Dom, the owner, who can tell us all about it, and then we'll go for a spin. Okay, we're joined now with Dom, the owner of the car, mate. Thank you so much for bringing this down today. Something very different, as I said in the intro. And it's a car you've had for quite a while, isn't it?
Yeah, quite some time.
Yeah, fair play. It's something different, even though I suppose the power plant is quite similar to some other cars you'd see out there, especially more common ones, I suppose you could say. But fair play for getting something different. We do have the bonnet open, of course. So yeah, we'll dive straight in under here. It's running about 400 brake, I think you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, over 400,
yeah.
mapped by PSL.
And it's a forged engine as well?
Yeah, fully forged, pistons, rods, pumps. Yeah, the whole lot's really been done to this to get it up there, and also to get it done reliably so it doesn't go boom.
Yeah, fair enough. Did you do it for reliability or
yeah,
mainly?
I kind of wanted to do it and not blow up at the same time, really. So it's a bit more of a long-standing car because it started off as a daily, and it, you know, over the years it started doing more track, and I wanted to at least keep it a bit reliable.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's basically what it is now, isn't it? Just a track car.
Pretty much a track car.
Very cool. In terms of the turbo, so it's a standard turbo, but from the RS.
It's a Focus RS turbo. Yeah, to give it that plant.
Front mount intercooler, I presume that's all been done, everything like that?
Yes, yeah, intercooler's been done. Yeah. Fully polybushed. It's got a diff as well to help with the power because it's only front wheel drive.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a bit of a handful.
Moving around though, what are we running wheels wise on the?
So we got 8 pots, K Sports, floating discs. Got some semi slicks on as well. Some wider tyres to get around the brakes, so they had to be changed from the standard ones. Initially tried to keep the standard look, but I think it's going a bit past that. It's hard to sort of keep that now. Yeah,
that's fair enough. Yeah, it looks pretty mean and it sits really well.
Yeah, it's so I've just had some BC RM coilovers popped on. So one thing I'm trying to do is get some adjustable arms on and get it the car actually set up properly for track.
Yeah, get some camber on it. And
definitely camber, because you definitely notice a difference between a properly set up car on track and just one that you've just popped coilovers on.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. There's a ton of stuff that you can do to underside a car.
Oh, 100%.
You can, just throw the book at it and you can spend thousands on them.
Oh, yeah, it's getting there. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. It's a cool looking car though. I do really like it, obviously.
Oh, thank you. It started off with the car just to get to work, completely standard. And I started off with, just running Santapod standard. Yeah, and the bug gets you at Santapod and you start chipping away. Yeah. And then you try a track day and then it gets even worse, and a few years later you end up just ruining the car.
One thing leads to another. I know the feeling. But
yeah, I love it though. It's all right.
No, that's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. But exhaust wise as well.
Yeah, 3-inch custom exhaust right through from the turbo.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And in terms of the interior, I mean, you don't think you've done too much in there at the moment, but
no, it's something that is on the list to do when there's time and money to get. I think it's more sort of cage and buckets.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but they're sort of the less of the priority, I think. Yeah, I'm focusing on heat and then things like that after.
The drivability. That kind of thing. But obviously manual gearbox, as we said. Very cool. Have you done the clutch on it? Upgraded the clutch?
Yes, that's an RS clutch.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
The one that we saw that went boom.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've been in talks for a little while getting this on the channel, haven't we? Really. But we got there in the end, and I'm looking forward to going out in it. So I think if that's pretty much everything, we'll get it fired up and we'll go for a spin.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You can see the fighting on the wheel when you're trying to accelerate.
I'll be honest,
I don't know much about these cars. I didn't realise that they were just front-wheel drive. I thought they were all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I mean, there is a version of this car which is the V50, and it's an all-wheel drive platform.
Yeah.
And most people start nicking bits off that to turn these into all-wheel drives.
I see, yeah.
Because there's just wheel spin there. But we grip and then sort of go.
I love it. It's proper cool. Oh yeah, spinning a little bit.
Yeah.
It is rapid though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's slow to get off the mark. Yeah, it could do with an all-wheel drive bit.
But then I suppose it's a bit of fun when it's spinning away a little
I
bit.
think I've sort of established that front-wheel drive actually it keeps the sort of the fun in this car.
Yeah.
Because I've got a an A45. It's so nice, it just goes, but it's so predictable.
That's it.
Whereas you can see the steering wheel's going everywhere.
Yeah, you've got to like hold on a little bit, haven't
It's proper fighting, which I guess keeps it quite entertaining.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about. You've got manual gearbox, front wheel drive, it's a good recipe. And then you've got that symphony as well. I suppose it's one of those cars where it is quite understated. I know it's obviously modified and everything, but people probably don't really know what it is.
No, they don't. So it's definitely a car that everyone sort of walked past.
Yeah.
But it's nice because, because like when you go to a track day, pleasantly surprises people, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. And this has been to the ring as well, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah, quite a few times, and that's where I'm sort of slowly upgrading it to be more of a ring car.
Nice.
Because you can see the guys there that have a properly set up car, properly cambered car, and this one just sort of bounces and floats around, and
it's a
that's the sort of the goal, to make a nice sort of proper handling S40. I think.
Fair enough. I suppose it's not a big market, is it? It's not a really popular platform. I've never filmed one of these before. I'd like to think that I've been out in most things, and so I suppose there aren't many parts available, really.
Well, I've got the bin of the full STRS area.
Yeah.
So this car is pretty much just nabbing bits from the Focus RS when things go wrong, I guess.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So it's like a slow going upgrade kind of thing.
Yeah.
Project for this car.
It's proper cool though.
It's definitely got like some wobble on the wheel.
Yeah, but it's theatre, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, the theatre is, it makes you panic a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you really do have to hold on.
Yeah, 100%.
This is epic. There's no lag going out the corners, is there? It's just straight away.
Yeah.
In the corners, that is amazing.
And it's getting there. That's where I'm sort of trying to improve, where I think camber will definitely make it whip around a lot better.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised at how well that handles. And how well it stops as well.
Yeah, definitely needed, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a proper cool car you built, I'm not going to lie.
Thank you, thanks man.
I rate how it's just so different.
Yeah, it's definitely been a hell of a lot of work, because when it had the turbo and nothing else, it was, you had sort of the speed, but you had a lot of squatting, a lot of rolling and everything. It's just uncontrollable, whereas now I can sort of plant it and have a bit more sort of feel of the road. I mean, I'd say it's not so much, it's very uncomfortable on the road, but on the track, that's where I absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. And it's not crazy loud as well, so obviously for track days it's perfect.
No, well, the only reason why I had to upgrade the exhaust was because the turbo.
Yeah.
So initially I had like a quieter sort of JetX power flow system, and it was really quiet. So I mean,
oh really?
Yeah, I went to a track day in Cascombe, and the guy pretty much rolled me past the sound test.
Not even going to bother testing it.
No. Well, that's what I love, is that the marshals find it hilarious. They just sort of are like, you just go.
But it probably pushes a lot of things round.
Yes, it does. It definitely does. It's quite a sort of a shocker to some.
Yeah. It's just the engine is so sweet. It's an epic thing. And I suppose about 400, 410 brake is the perfect power for it. But yeah, no, thank you very much, mate, for coming down and getting it on the channel.
That's all right, mate.
Awesome bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was brilliant.
My pleasure. And of course, if you guys do want to learn more about the build, then I will leave Dom's Instagram link down in the description and down below. But for me today, that is it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure to subscribe for all the adventures still to come.